Ladies and gentlemen, we've been together for 1 hour now, and I can see that some of you are a little bit distracted by your dessert and your cup of tea. We need to bring a little bit of sparkle back into our conversation, perhaps by bringing in someone who's been a star actor in his youth, a star teacher in his youth, well, not his youth, just a few years ago, which led him to becoming the most important teacher in his country. He became the Minister of Education. And now he has the biggest job of all. He is the President of Botswana. Please join me in welcoming Mokgweetsi Masisi. Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness. Now you really set me up. Excellencies, we're here. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. This year, the United Nations Private Sector Forum highlights the importance of partnerships among all of us, leaders from government, business, civil society, and others, in order to build and invest in peace for all. This timely event, convened by the Secretary-General and organized by the United Nations Global Compact and partners, underscores the need for a holistic approach to sustaining peace. Indeed, achieving peace and prosperity are intertwined objectives. Botswana's success story is based on the understanding that an environment of peace is also a critical precondition for meaningful prosperity. Peace is ensured by engaging potential agents of conflict to become part and parcel of sustainable development. This, by the way, also provides ourselves with some guide for determining if we participate in peacekeeping or not. Our government and the private sector work together to ensure that our economy advance the cause of peace, democracy, and good governance in alignment with the 2030 Agenda and the African Union Agenda 2063. The Kimberley process, as you may know, is a prime example of how we can break the link between the illicit trade of diamonds and armed conflict. In Botswana, the proceeds from the diamond industry have enabled the financing of education and several important social services for our people. Our diamonds, I can comfortably declare, too good for our development. Progress for all is assured by the proper use and management of our natural resources. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what investing in peace for all truly means. Botswana prides itself as an example of how member states can partner with the private sector to grow our economy, to create jobs, and deliver a fairer and more peaceful world. And yet more has still to be accomplished. I say this cautiously because we're about to begin another round of negotiations with De Beers. Let this private sector forum serve as a call to action for all governments, for all in business, to take bold actions in the joint pursuit of peace and prosperity. Governments have an essential role to play in providing the conditions for responsible business to flourish, from combating the scourge of corruption to supporting vibrant, diversified, and sustainable economies. At the same time, business must look beyond short-term profits and recognize that without respect for the fundamental principles of the United Nations, their very basis to operate will be at risk. Business has a responsibility, indeed, an obligation vis-à-vis sustainable development. I commend the United Nations Global Compact and partners for organizing this private sector forum where government and business leaders engage in dialogue and highlight commitments to action. In developed and developing countries, in peaceful and conflict-affected nations, we have shared responsibility for the attainment of peace for all. I thank you for your attention. And yes, we still have diamonds. You can come by.